Hey guys, quick video for you on my ideas about coffee. And so I'm going to give you some thoughts, some insight for you that hopefully will give you some more clarity, but keep in mind that I am filtering these ideas down through my own experience, much in the same way that you might filter your own coffee every morning. You see, I've been drinking it off and on for the past 3 years, and I found that I became very dependent on it. And I've read some of the research. I know it's good for detoxing the liver. I know that it's good for some things. Bear with me now. It's good for some things, but it might not be so good for other things. But like everything, there's a time and place for it. So I'm not really one of those ones to say that you can never do this, but for some people, maybe you are one of those where you can't. I'm gonna explain. So with coffee, it is pretty tough on the adrenal glands. It's good for detoxification. It's good for your mood. It's good for a lot of things. But for a lot of people, wow, it really hits their adrenal glands hard. And the only way you can know if it's right for you is to test. To test it, have an experience with it. But I tell you this, many of the most successful, kind, warm, loving, passionate, people who are so inspiring and so energetic, they don't use coffee. They don't have that crutch. They don't need it. They draw their energy from something else. They're not dependent on anything to make them be in a good mood and to release all these endorphins and all these things that they feel. And also, something that I've noticed over the years is when I see somebody, and the way I like to think about my life is like this. When I think about the experience of life in a lifetime and all that we can learn from the people that are around us, you don't have to have all your own learnings. Yes, experiential knowledge is the most profound and deepest knowledge, but you can learn a lot from the people around you. And so when I go to these coffee shops or I see people in meetings that I go and I speak at some company, I see the guy who has been drinking coffee for 30 years and I see the lady or the guy who's not been drinking coffee for the last 30 years. And there is a difference in the quality of their skin. Yes, these people might be doing too much and they might not be hydrating, but caffeine is a diuretic. It does speed up your nervous system. And if it's speeding up your nervous system, it's aging you. Yes, it's detoxifying you, it's doing some good things, but it's also doing some bad things as well. So maybe we need to look at other sources of energy. I've seen people who take it every single day, and God bless them, they love it. I mean, they're so emotionally addicted to it that it's like, it's part of them. They like want to fight you over how great it is for you. But if that's you, I'm not trying to take this away from you. I'm just, the point of all my videos and the point of this conversation with you is just to offer you choice. And the whole purpose of my life and these videos is to provide people with more choice and more freedom to do what they want. Whether it be in their relationship, in their finances, in their health. And most people's bodies are a prison. They're addicted to something. They've got these feelings. They've got to get something outside themselves in order to complete them. But the ultimate energy that you need comes through you at all times. You don't need anything outside of yourself. So anytime that I feel dependent on something, I question it. And coffee for me for the past few years has been something that I needed. And being a speaker, having to motivate people, doing videos, going out there and working for Tony Robbins, who doesn't drink coffee, by the way. I was having to get myself pumped up and get in state. Like, I need this to be me so I can fully perform. Then I've been asking, why am I performing so much? Why do I need to do any of this? And instead of just having this time to just be with myself and to have that time with yourself, maybe coffee's involved, maybe tea is involved, maybe just water's involved, maybe silence is involved, lemon water, apple cider vinegar, whatever it is. But anytime that you become so dependent on something outside of yourself, you just really have to look at it. And the other part of my answer, I know this isn't a simple one, is this. There's a right time and place for everything. But sometimes, we're using something or modeling somebody else's behavior or their health process because we see that they have the results, but we're in a totally different place. Like sugar, some people say, don't eat fruit, all this stuff. It can be good at times. Caffeine can be good at times, maybe not all the time. The only way to know is what's right for you is really getting in touch with yourself. Eckhart Tolle said this one time. He says, you could take all those seminars and, you could read all those books, but really you'd get more profound knowledge from having 10 minutes of silence a day with yourself, just maintaining that relationship, going deep within. And you might find that you don't have the need to get all pumped up and hyped up so you can be quote unquote on. Like, what are you performing for? Why do we need to be on? Sometimes maybe your body is telling you it's time to rest. It's time to slow down a little bit. So what I'm getting to is this. Yes, it's good for some people who are not overly sensitive to caffeine, and it is good for some aspects of your body. But just like anything, I mean, there's that diet, Dr. Perricone with all the salmon, and he actually recommends having some fruit in with the salmon and some oils, this balanced meal. All of the way that he puts it together with the antioxidants, very good for your skin. Eating lots of fruit, very good for your energy. Good for some things, not good for other things. That's why there's a lot of this diet confusion. Some foods should not be combined. Some fats should not be combined with sugars, things like that, so it can get very complex. And when I see somebody's diet plan work, it's working for them for a specific goal. When you look at a lot of the bodybuilders out there who are eating these crazy diets, obviously some of the, it's like basically tons of protein, very low fat, high carbohydrate. It's actually good for muscle building, but it's not really so good for fat loss. But having muscle can help you with your fat loss. So it gets a little confusing. There is a diet that is really good for energy and mental clarity. There's a diet that can help your skin improve. Mine has improved a lot over the last couple months. Just making some different changes in my diet with it's basically a lot of amino acids. Proline, lysine has helped a lot, glutamine at night. And how you take these around your workouts and how you combine different things in your body can actually rebuild different tissues. But we need to figure out what is it that you need. You shouldn't follow the cookie cutter approach of somebody else. Sometimes, maybe unless you have similar genetics or there's something similar going on in your life. A lot of people are doing this intermittent fasting right now. I do it, but if you have adrenal fatigue, might not be the best for you. A lot of people are consuming caffeine. If you have adrenal fatigue, which is a lot of people do, maybe not the best for you. If you've got digestive issues, drinking lots of caffeine might not be the best for you, because every time, right after you drink all that caffeine, you have that big hit of bulletproof coffee or whatever, most likely you go right to the bathroom. You need to take a big bowel movement right away. It's flushing out all that good bacteria too. It's doing something. That fight or flight response, it's doing something. Your mind is addicted to it, but it's doing things to your digestive system. When you look around today at the people who've been drinking lots of coffee consistently, look at the broken capillaries around their eyes. Look in their eyes, and you'll see the dehydration. You'll see what it's done to a lot of them. So I'm not against coffee. I'm taking a break from it right now, but as you can tell, I wanted this to be experiential for you, so you can see that I have lots of energy right now, and I'm feeling great. And so you don't need it. I'll have coffee again at some point in my life because I enjoy it, but it won't be because I need it. All you need is within you. And if you could just learn how to cultivate the resources that are already inside of you, you can break a lot of these addictions that you might have to coffee or anything else. I hope this will serve you. Talk to you next time.